Everybody online only ever talks about what they see on the front end. The gym, the physique, the followers. But I'm gonna be the first guy to actually talk about what people don't see. And that's the systems behind the scenes. I'm talking about the reasons why guys like Alex Eubank, Greg Doucette, Hussein Fit, Genetic Anomaly, and Toji aren't just in shape and gaining a lot of attention online, but actually getting rich as fuck off this. So let's actually take a look into how these guys online are not only blowing up off of their physique, but they're also buying all of these cars, all of these watches, traveling the world and doing amazing things just because they got in shape. Because look, the harsh truth is, this game is no longer about just blowing up. You can no longer just make money blowing up. Guys, I did that myself. I blew up to 130,000 followers and I was dead broke working at Sunglass Hut for $15 an hour. So it's no longer about who can look the best online. It's about who can gain attention and then learn how to monetize that attention. I'm gonna be pulling back the curtains and showing you guys the behind the scenes on how these guys do it and also how I did it as well. This way you can just steal what has taken me 5 years of posting on social media to learn, tens of thousands of dollars spent on fitness coaching mentors to finally scale my business up to $60,000 months, so you can just steal it as well to build your own personal brand and start generating a six-figure income off it. Because here's the truth, guys. If you have a body that stops somebody from scrolling, discipline that most guys will envy, and a phone in your hands right now, then you're only one step away from turning that all into a six-figure coaching business. Or even better, one day, $1 million coaching business just like myself and many others have built off of, I'm not shitting you, just getting in good shape. So boys, let's break this shit down. The first step is build a body that just markets itself. The foundation that got Alex Eubank to blow up, Greg Doucette to blow up, Toji to blow up, Hussein Fit to blow up, Genetic Anomaly to blow up, the list goes on, was never the money. It was the physique. Because before anybody bought anything that these guys sold, they built one thing, and that was trust with their audience. And in 2025, that is done through proof. Take Alex Eubank, for example. He was lean, he was aesthetic, and also he was relatable. He was just that beach guy online with the Greek god frame that everyone wanted. The reason he went consistently viral each and every single day was because he had a physique that everyone wanted. But here's the most crucial point about why his personal brand has came so far. It's because he was super relatable with his audience. He was just authentically himself. Besides how successful he actually was and actually is at the moment, he makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a month off his social media, right? But he is still super relatable and super authentic. And then think about Hussein Fit. It's the same exact process. He blew up because he obtained an incredible physique. His first initial videos that got 1 million views, he really didn't know what he was probably doing. He was probably 6 months into a cut. He knew a little bit about training, and guess what? He just posted it and people loved it. People see the physique, they see the desired result, and then they see the information he's giving out each and every single day on how to achieve that desired result. That's why he has one of the densest audience in the fitness industry, because he achieved the desired result everybody wants and then just gave all the information away for free. So I'm about to expose how to gain attention online and how to monetize that attention. So what that means is this can work out for anybody. So listen very closely because you won't want to miss this. The first thing you gotta understand is none of these guys online had to convince people they knew what they were talking about. Their physique literally just said it for them. So understand, if you're already in shape, then you're at the same exact starting point as all of these guys were online and where I was online, because your body, it is the proof of your discipline, your consistency, and your ability to delay your gratification. And in a world where everyone wants shortcuts, the person with the real discipline, consistency, and the ability to actually delay his gratification is the guy who is gonna make money off this game. No matter how much you preach about discipline, consistency, and delayed gratification, people don't care because people need to see the results. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to part 2, which is how they built their storefront, also what I like to call your digital resume. This is gonna be your social media profiles. Now let's take a look at these guys' personal brand, their feed on Instagram especially, because when you see this, you're gonna see that it's all clean. It's all super on brand, and each pinned post they have is extremely intentional. You'll notice that there's nothing random on the profile that just doesn't fit the picture, doesn't fit the character they're being online. And you'll start to notice how every single clip, every single photo, every single caption is designed to convert curiosity into money. For example, Alex Eubank right here. he didn't just post just shirtless pictures or just flexing content. He also posted his workouts. He would break them down to you. He would tell stories about his life. He would get really deep inside of his content. And he would give also valuable content that would help guys transform. Now, if you take a look at Hussein's content, he's giving a lot of value. He's giving a lot of education. And now he's expanding out, but he found something that worked, which was providing value on how to train properly, also education. Now Toji, on the other hand, which is a little bit of an odd character, but I want to add it to it just to showcase that you can really just be who you are online, just like a gambler, a steroid head, and still be able to blow up. So none of these guys, they weren't posting and worrying about what people thought. They were posting what went viral and then playing into the controversy and extracting money from it. And I recommend you do this. Create a list of 5 creators that you personally look up to, that you would almost like trade positions with online. And take a look at their stories. Take a look at their bio. Take a look at their highlights. Take a look at their reels. Take a look at their captions. And you'll start to see that everything they do is intentional. So if your Instagram is just random gym selfies, maybe you hitting some PRs and some transformations that really just aren't that good, you didn't even put any energy into them, then you're missing out on the easiest sales tool you have. And so yeah, you should be focused on building your personal brand over the months. But if you want to make money now, you don't need more followers right now to make money. All you need is a clearer message. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is where the real shift is going to happen. This is where you go from just posting online to actually making money online. It comes down to productizing your transformation, right? And it's not just selling a workout program. I'm sure you know that by now. But it's about selling an identity shift. That's what people buy into, and that's also what people pay high ticket for. It's shifting their identity into a higher version of themselves, right? So we're going to take a look at Alex. We're going to take a look at Hussein. And look at how they've made hundreds of thousands of dollars online with just selling fitness. So going over Alex, this guy, he makes a lot of money online. Hundreds of thousands of dollars each and every single month. Now, of course, because he has a huge personal brand. He's saying he's got the fraction of the personal brand Alex has, and he still makes a lot of money. I don't think he's touched $100,000 months. See, maybe he's done 100. I'm not sure. I've even helped guys with less than 10,000 followers do 10K a month. So no matter how small or big your personal brand is, here's how you actually make a shit ton of money online, right? You gotta create things that help people make the transformation you have made. It's as simple as that. So when Alex made his workout program, which I wouldn't recommend selling a workout program, but he had a mass audience, so it made sense. It was like the aesthetic blueprint or something like that. Makes sense, right? Because everyone followed Alex for aesthetics. So what did he name his workout program? The Road to Aesthetics. Now he also sells his inner circle to get close to him and learn how he blew up online. So he's got the inner circle. You can join this group of men trying to gain traction, blow up their social media, and make money online and get close to me, right? So people are gonna buy into that because people want the blueprint. They want to be like Alex. He's also got Elysium. Now, look at it this way, right? When people see Alex online wearing Elysium, people want to buy Elysium so they feel like Alex. It's as simple as that. People are buying into what? A self-identity when they buy Elysium, because he is wearing it. But the whole reason people buy these things is because of the personal brand. That's it. Coming over to Hussein over here, main thing he sells is his one-on-one coaching to make a transformation like him. If you go actually look at his profile, his only link is to coaching. If you actually read the copywriting on that, and then you go to his highlights and you read the copywriting on that, it's all talking about, yeah, one-on-one coaching, but he's also stating the transformation that he has made, going from insecure to confident, going from skinny fat to shredded, selling the self-identity shift. And then when he showcases his transformations, he sells the identity shift. So now let me break down the exact offer that I sold. This is exactly what I sold that allowed me to start charging like 2K, 3K per fitness coaching program. How I destroyed my insecurities and built a Greek God physique. Now that's a statement right there. That isn't the exact offer. But that was the offer we made a video out of. A video sales letter, which pretty much pre-sold my coaching. And so now people are no longer looking at my coaching as just fitness coaching. They were looking at it as an identity shift. Okay, so with his coaching, he's gonna help me destroy my insecurities and build a Greek God physique. That in their mind goes, that's gonna make me more fuckable. I wanna buy that. And the most important part about all of this is why people followed me. They saw my transformations. They saw where I came from, and they seen where I go. I came from a kid with insecurities. I came from a kid who had bad genetics to a man that was confident. to a man that had a Greek god physique. And I showed that in my videos. I showed that in my talking heads. And I broke it down to people so they understood who I am. And then when I had an offer that productized that transformation, people just wanted to buy. Each and every single week, 2K, 3K. I've even done 4K paid in fulls for fitness coaching. So here's the part that almost everyone skips. These guys making a lot of money with a fitness coaching business, they aren't just posting and praying. They're qualifying leads, sending DMs, booking in calls, and closing deals each and every single day. They all turn their platforms into sales pipelines, their followers into income, and they did it by asking, "What's up?" Insert the name. That question alone made me over $500,000 in the last year. Because the truth is, sales is just service with clarity. And so write this down, because this mindset alone can change your life. Post for conversations, not for views. Now, the final level to all of this, ladies and gentlemen, is all of these guys, they built movements, right? Think about Alex Eubank, for example. Yeah, he blew up off his physique. That's where he gets the most views. But he also extrapolated himself inside of his content. He talked about his faith with Jesus. He talked about his relationships. He talked about his breakups. He talked about his depression. He talked about his past. So when his physique videos would blow up, people would come into his content ecosystem and they would see this wide variety of Alex. And some people would think to themselves, you know, Alex is just like me, or that's relatable, or I stand for what also he stands for. And that's what gained him a cult-like following that turned like just regular viewers into ride or dies. And Toji, for example, he made himself the black sheep of the fitness industry. He was one of those first guys to be like, you know what? Taking steroids is okay. And I fucking love it. And everyone lost their mind over it, because when somebody steps outside of society's norms and has an opposing worldview and an opposing, belief system from most people, everyone's like, who is this insane maniac? But people ended up loving that shit because they just saw that confidence he had, that ability to just not give a fuck. And most people aspire to have that, and that's why people actually looked up to him, even though he's not really somebody to look up to. Hussein, for example, he built binge-worthy content. And so when people would find his content, they would just binge it all day. But then what they would also do, because the content is so easily digestible, is share it with all of their friends, or save the video for later. And so now when, a group of 3 kids would go to the gym and they didn't know how to do an exercise, they would pop up Hussein. And they would show Hussein's video to all their friends, and then all their friends would go follow Hussein. It was just like a wave effect from there. And that's how he built something bigger than just himself. And so ingrain this into your mind if you want to win the game. Just be authentically you online. Because when people see what you stand for, then they stay. And if people stay long enough in your audience, that's when they buy. And that's exactly how you scale to 6 or even 7 figures online without running a single ad. And so, ladies and gentlemen, here's the real question. If they did it, if I did it, if the people I work with did it, then why not you? You already have the physique. You already have the discipline. You already have the 6-figure skill set. All you need is the systems. Now, you can try to figure this all out on your own, and it might take a couple of years to figure it out. Or you have another option, which is just to steal the exact step-by-step roadmap that people like myself, people like Alex, people like Hussein, people like all these guys online you see making a lot of money online make with a fitness coaching business, and just steal it and just use it for yourself. And it doesn't matter where you're at. If you got a couple thousand followers, you can make 10 grand a month. I've seen it all the time. And I've even seen guys with hundreds of thousands of followers not even make 10 grand a month. And it's absolutely sad, right? So it doesn't exactly matter where the personal brand is at. It comes down to the actual system, the content funnel you have in place, the back-end systems you have going on. That is what actually generates the money online. And so if that is something you want to do, then I have something super special for you. Link below in the description of this video is a personal invite link where you can work with me and my team to make your first $10,000 in a single month from online fitness coaching. Some of our best clients have made the first $10,000 within literally 30 days. On average, it takes around 45 days. And some people honestly do take a little bit longer, just depending on where they're starting at. But even with somebody like Ari, he started at 3,000 followers. He made his first 10,000 in 30 days. He quit his job, and then since from there, he's been scaling up. And we've helped dozens of people sign the first high-ticket client as well. And guys, one high-ticket client is all it takes to change your life. So click that link below if you're interested in working alongside me to build yourself this empire and make this a full-time thing, a reality. No longer just a dream, but a real thing. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace out.